They need to be taken care of 24/7 because I can't do anything for myself.
Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you are sleeping. You might have a lot of questions just like others related to the My 600 Pound Life show. For instance, does Dr. Now really give a damn about his patients? And can't these contestants just make better choices for their well-being? Well, all the answers to these questions might surprise you. So for that, let's weigh in on the false things you can stop believing about My 600 Pound Life show. Let's roll. Is Dr. Now a real doctor? The most famous surgeon Dr. Now, as his patients call him, has become a reality TV star on his own due to his skills and all thanks to the popularity of his show. But most of the viewers might think that he isn't the real doctor and he is just playing the part of a doctor on TV. And if he is really a one, then he isn't that great at whatever he is doing. But let me add that Dr. Now is actually the pioneer in his field. Yes, you are right, as he has a long and successful career in medicine. Because unlike him, most of the doctors and hospitals never accept patients for weight loss surgery who are more than 450 pounds. The valid reason is that they don't have the right equipment to perform the surgery, but as Dr. Now is far experienced in this field, he accepts many patients who are quite big and exceed more that weight. In fact, there's something to be said about him that he was the first doctor in all of Houston who can use laparoscopic techniques for groundbreaking procedures. Not just that, as in prestigious medical journals, he has also published his work. I mean what? Impressive. So from now on, never consider him or go thinking that he is just portraying the character of a doctor on TV, because this MD is the real deal. Is Dr. Now in the show for dollars? Dr. Now is quite the character if you say that it's degree or no degree. He is the kind of person who is an incredibly straightforward doctor who usually talks to the point with quite bluntness, and he has never seen feeding his patients with pretty stories and with sugar-coated promises that they won't have to work hard despite the fact that in reality they really have to do. Most of the time, he can even seem overly impersonal, as his occasionally odd manner with patients might make the viewers wonder if he really cares for the patients or for money and fame. But let me tell the truth that Dr. Now isn't necessarily making big bucks or banking the money for all sorts of surgeries he performs on his patients. He even said on the contrary that he is motivated by a sincere desire, as he wants to help obese patients to enjoy healthier, productive and happier lives, and not take them for everything they are worth. By the way, he once told Houstonia magazine, "We do make a living, but we don't need to worry about making a living out of every patient we see." Are participants of My 600 Pound Life making money? Even though all the viewers know that the patients on the show get resources and equipment for surgery in the name of help that will help them get to live a healthier place in life, there's a lot that goes into filming the show. On the show, participants are always being watched as there is always a camera around them. By the way, it's quite difficult for most patients to make the journey to even see the doctor. Frequently for that, participants have to uproot their entire lives and have to relocate to Houston, Texas to get his help near his place. So, yes, anyone can get wondering if the patients are also getting a massive amount to appear on the show. Well, in reality, yes, they do. The show's production house reportedly gives up to $1,500 to the patients as a talent fee, and not just only this, in fact, if someone needed to relocate or had to shift to Houston, they give them $2,500 as a relocation stipend if necessary. But when it comes to medical expenses, such an amount is not a lot. Many patients who have been featured on the show were quite open about their financial struggles, which continue long even after their journeys on the show have been broadcast around the world. Some of those have spoken about all the trouble they faced, including the affording cars and transformation, while others have shared that they don't have enough money to even finance their major medical procedures, which include skin removal surgery. So I would like to add that you can't say that they are banking big bucks or rolling in the dough just because they were featured on TV. Are they lying about being in pain? All the patients have some of the things that are common in them on My 600 Pound Life, which is nothing but enduring serious pain, as it is definitely one of them. Most patients on the show have shared that they feel difficulty in walking, driving, or even trying to accomplish most of the basic tasks. They mostly talked at length about how much they are feeling hurt, both mentally and physically. If you are still tempted to think that some patients are just making things look worse than they are in reality, but I would say that they're likely not exaggerating. Obese individuals commonly report that they do experience all kinds of chronic pain, according to a study in the Journal of Pain Research. So, if someone on the show claims they're hurting, then I would appreciate it if you consider their pain is worth believing in, because definitely for one way or another, it's totally true. They can stop eating, but they don't. Fat phobia is the main reason that runs rampant in society, and now it is complicating the lives of the obese in different kinds or ways. According to Psychology Today, some have different views towards obese patients, as in the society, it is the widespread belief that they are lazy, they do lack willpower to change their lifestyle, and they are solely responsible for their oversized body. Not just that, many of the people in the world do believe that the people who appeared or appear on the My 600 Pound Life show could change their life by stopping eating if they really wanted to. But if you are a longtime viewer, then you definitely know how hard it can be for such patients to create the changes in their life which are necessary for their very survival. Therefore, most of the time, Dr. Now often asked his patients to get psychological counseling or help just to deal with the issues that force them to eat. Because obese patients often find that they can better control their dietary intake once they manage to face their inner demons. Surgery can fix them quickly. It's a fact that losing weight, especially near to 600 pounds, can be extremely difficult. This is one of the major reasons why people prefer to get weight loss surgery, because it has become so popular as it helped many people lose their unwanted weight so they could transform their lives completely. Not just that, such procedures are being performed every year, according to the record of the American Society for Metabolic and Bariatric Surgery, or maybe even more of these. I know you must be thinking that surgery is risky, but not having it done is much riskier. Most of you would be thinking that what a quick fix it is. Right, but the reality is totally different, because weight loss surgery isn't that easy to tackle, and it has no quick fix. Even Dr. Now quick to point out and told Houstonia, people come looking for a single solution to their problem, and sometimes the answer is not what they want to hear. They think surgery is the solution for everything, and it's not going to change people's behavior towards food. According to Dr. Now, as he often sees sayings on the show that surgery is a tool to help patients gain control over their food addiction. But to stop living on their food addiction, they really have to put efforts to adopt healthy eating and exercise habits for the rest of their lives. If you ask me then, that's not an easy task to do just in a short matter of time. It's hard to find love again. Beyond the physical struggles, it's never been easy being an obese patient, as people of a certain size have to face widespread bias, which includes some stupid misconceptions, such as larger people are doomed to be unlucky in love. Due to such concepts, people might think that the contestants on the show are doomed to a life of solitude, which is not true, because if you are a regular viewer just like me, then you might know that nothing could be farther from the truth. As we have seen many participants on the show who do have life partners, even they have come on the show with their romantic and loving partners. But during the show, we have also seen the drawbacks of romantic partnerships, especially when one of the partners feels uncomfortable with their loved one while making changes. But don't be sad for such patients, as even then, they regularly go on to find new love. Childhood trauma isn't at fault. There's something common that many patients on My 600 Pound Life have faced in their life, such as tragic life experience or trauma they had gone through in their childhood. Not just that, in fact, some contestants grew up in pretty chaotic households with parents who are worse, addicted to drugs or alcohol. Even some shared that they were abused by an adult figure in their lives who are their relatives, and even were subjected to violence, and some have survived assault. I know your question must be revolving around whether it is really an absolute possibility that childhood traumas or anything can compel someone to binge eat to cope with their situation and end up ballooning to 600 pounds. Well, the answer to all these questions is a huge yes. Let me add something logical here by Dr. Judith J. Wertman, writing for Psychology Today. No one gains massive amount of weight just because they love to eat. There is almost always a sad story. All the tragic and sad stories Dr. Now patients shared are often about how a painful childhood trauma disturbed them to the point that now they can't control their compulsive overeating habits. My 600-Pound Life show reveals in extreme cases how catastrophic the impact of such tragically painful incidents, which are experienced in early life, can really be. Well, that's all guys for today, with the false things you can stop believing about my 600-Pound Life show. Thank you for watching the video.